Everyone needs care, sometimes elusive, sometimes rare. It isn't easy to give or receive, for it does not exist without all that's around to deceive. Stories abound of the challenges and the pain. You uncork the bottle, and out they pour like the forgotten rain. You may ask, where have these stories been? I say they were here, failed to be seen. When some no longer knew what it was to grieve, the tears were missing, but the pain would not leave. Through a playback performance for the nurses of a palliative care, we heard them talk about their missing feelings, which they didn't know to bear. Numb in the countenance, numb in the inside, they too want to express, but have forgotten to decide. Through weeks of work through expressive arts, they opened up and found corners of their hearts, from where they tapped into emotions hidden, for long thought to be forbidden. Like an elusive friend who's there and yet not there. Care is everywhere, but for some, nowhere. They're professionals, medical practitioners who do a job, but they also have a heart, and it does throb. Where do they go when they feel full? They need a space as well, beyond the push and pull. Of those who said we are tired of giving and giving, when it becomes an expectation, a way of living. Where do they go? Where is their support? Often the ball is not in their court. Through our flagship show, Catharsis for Caregivers, over 8 years, we heard their stories, arrows from quivers. Their family and friends taking care of their own, but have often felt like they were alone. When the pandemic hit and they worked at the front line, people saw only their valour, but were they keeping fine? And so we set up listening hours for them, guiding them to speak and find support in that online community of those similar to them, to let it out for themselves and to know it's okay to do so, even if they otherwise cannot let it show. Reminiscence is but all they had at the elderly homes, which with each other they shared. We tapped into stories from their long distance past and let them relive what they held on to last. We reflected their stories and together danced with abandon, leaving behind some tears and smiles, just like the setting sun. When the time comes for someone to go, how do the people around let that person know? As doctors and nurses, what do you convey? And family members, do they keep quiet or do they say? From real life stories that we heard and felt, we scripted a play about death which it dealt. The conversations that don't happen and the regret that stays. The stories spoke about those unsure last few days. The audience watched and then we let them speak of the stories similar that in their hearts they keep. To be part of their lives have been a blessing. To hear them, listen to their stories and reflect their feelings has been a learning. The journey continues and there would be lots more to share. Everyone needs care, sometimes elusive, sometimes rare.